Welcome to my very own Bundesliga final week score predictions. Now, we all know I do game week predictions in the Premier League every week. We go into detail with my dad. We sit down, we give a score, and we judge how we do by the end of the week. We get 3 points for a win, getting the game spot on, and we get 1 point if we get the win, draw, loss correct. So, I'm going to be doing it for the Bundesliga final week. Not with my dad, unfortunately, but we're going to go through every important game because this league is the one league in the top 5 leagues I'm watching this week. I'm watching all the games. I think it's going to be insane. The relegation battle and the title race. Nothing is decided and every match is played at the same time. 4:30 in Germany. Everything's going to go down. There's going to be twists and turns, loads of goals and a lot of fun. And it's a lot more entertaining than Italy right now, than France, it's done, and Spain, that's done already. Okay, England has a few things like relegation and Europe, but this is the league you want to look at. So here's my score predictions. The first game we're going to be talking about is Bochum against Bayer Leverkusen. That's 16th against 6th. Now, I must admit, Xabi Alonso has had an incredible year. And Bochum, they're in a position where they could get relegation playoff, which is a Bundesliga system where instead of 3 teams getting relegated like in the Premier League, you have 2 teams who go directly down and one who's allowed to play a championship playoff team, Bundesliga 2 playoff team equivalent, to have 1 game to decide whether they go down or whether they are staying up. So they've got a second chance, but I don't think they're going to beat Leverkusen to get out of that area. I know their home form has been a little bit rocky, and Leverkusen, they're on smoke. They're really disappointed after getting knocked out of Europe by Roma. That 0-0 was just a Jose Mourinho masterclass, wasn't it? He sat back, he got the result he needed to go to the final, and I think they actually played a lot better. Jeremy Frimpong, I mean, look, they've got so many excited talents. Like, obviously Callum Hudson-Odoi hasn't been outstanding, but the likes of Frimpong, you've got Jonathan Tah at the back, you've got a few boys in midfield. I mean, the whole team is very solid. Like, just put a few pictures on screen. The results they've been getting in Europe, it's kind of distracted them. You know, it's left it to the final day for them to qualify for that Conference League finish. But I think they're going to do it with a 2-0 win. They've travelled a lot in Europe. Now they just have to travel to Bochum to get their job done. Xabi Alonso, will he be there next season? That is an interesting question. I do not see him going to Tottenham. That's for sure. The next match, I am going to go over to Dortmund. Dortmund Mainz. This game excites me so much. I know you're sitting here watching and waiting for me to talk about it. Signal Iduna Park is one of the best stadiums in the world. It's the reason I always go back there. The atmosphere there will be incredible. There'll be 80,000, 90,000 inside the stands, and there'll be 150,000 around the ground trying to get, it's going to be electric around there. So many Germans love that club, and it's not just Germans, it's English, it's Swiss, it's Austria. Everywhere you go, you will find a Dortmund fan. Dortmund is like a virus. You appreciate the atmosphere and you just get locked in. You can't, once you see the yellow and black, you see the yellow wall, you hear the chants, you can't change your mind. You've got to love and respect that club. And I am so grateful that they're in a position to win the Bundesliga. I was there last year where Bayern won the league and they beat Dortmund 4-0. And the day they won it, they were throwing the beers around, but there weren't really any celebrations. There was no pitch invasion. There was no madness. Bayern fans had left at full time. They were happy, they won the league and great, but they weren't over the moon. If that was Celtic, if Celtic had just won 10 in a row, which they've done it before, if they won that in Scotland, they would be going apeshit. They would be going mad. There'd be all sorts, pitch invasion, carnage. The players would be running over. I swear, Bayern didn't really care. And I realised at that point that we need a change in the Bundesliga. We need another story. This is becoming too much. People can't continuously call this a farmers' league because the Premier League's turning into one right now if we're comparing. And now Dortmund have their chance. They sneaked over them in the second final week. They bottled it to RB Leipzig, Bayern, and Dortmund got another victory. And it was away from home on the road. There was a few moments where they looked like they were going to bottle it, but after that red card, they had it in the bag and they got the win. Now they've got to play Mainz at home, and I do not think they're going to bottle it at home. Let's look at their history. Their home form has been 6 goals, 5 goals, 4 goals. They always go goal crazy, and it's all thanks to that forward line. You've got Adeyemi, Malen, and Sebastian Haller. What a story for Haller. He beat cancer, and now he's beat Bayern Munich to the Bundesliga. That is just, it's going to be carnage in that stadium, and I think they'll all be involved. I can see them going for another, maybe not 4 or 5. I think I can see them scoring 3 goals, Dortmund. Let's give Mainz 1. But it will be that forward line to dominate from the first moment. I really hope they don't feel the pressure. The players know in the back of their minds that when it's in your hands, there is more pressure. But goodness me, the way we've seen Tuchel bottle it, and we'll speak about it in a little bit, it's incredible. I can see a prediction here of Dortmund 3, Mainz 1, which means no matter the result in the Bayern game, they will win the Bundesliga. So Dortmund fans, smash the like if you agree with me. I have a feeling it is your year. It's going to happen. I'll be gassed. BVB. Yellow and black everywhere. Parade, all sorts. Koln against Bayern Munich the next game. The funny thing about this is 10th versus 2nd. 2nd for Bayern. I repeat that because it's crazy. And they've been on top for most of the year. But Koln are friends with Dortmund, if you don't know. And they've got a great friendship. You often see Koln fans in the ultra section of Dortmund. They're in there. They mix, all sorts. Now they have a job. If Dortmund are to somehow bottle it, Koln can stop Bayern Munich at their own ground. Make sure that they don't get 3 points. And you know what? Koln are a very good team. They've got some decent players. And what will make them even more happy if Dortmund win the league on the final day? Because the games are all happening at the same time. You've got to remember that. All of them, 4:30. They will have a 6-figure bonus from the Modest deal if Dortmund win the league. So not only will their friends win the league and they'll be happy about that, but they also get a 6-figure sum. So there's a financial incentive for them to stop Bayern Munich. So I actually thought if Dortmund didn't win last week after Bayern lost, Koln would stop them on the final day. I generally thought that. So I'm going to go here and say 1-1. Koln won, Bayern won. Tuchel will not pick up a win again. The road continues. And the reason being, I just think they've bottled it. In the back of their head, they know the deal's almost done. When they sacked Nagelsmann, I knew this was a bad decision. I went on my YouTube channel and I said, why? With my dad, we both roasted it. The Bayern Munich board really thought they could bring in a manager like Thomas Tuchel to win them the Bundesliga, win them the Champions League. That's what they really wanted, the double. They flopped in both. And in awful fashion too. I swear, if Nagelsmann was still manager, Bayern would be top of the league. Guaranteed. Comment below if you disagree. I bet you. I swear. So this Bayern have basically tried to be a bit clever, and it's ruined them in the long term. And now Dortmund are going to run away with it. So that's my prediction. 1-1. Masterclass. Now the next game, RB Leipzig against Schalke. Now the reason I'm speaking about it, 3rd against 17th. If Schalke are to pick up points here, they can escape relegation because 16th is that division relegation playoff spot. I think they only need 1 point, but I don't think they're going to get it because Leipzig have had perfect form. They are the reason Dortmund are top of the league because they stopped Bayern Munich. And it's that lad Nkunku, 3 goals in 2 games, 5 goals in 5 games. And it's his final game for Leipzig. What a guy he's been. And he'll get very good applause at the stadium because he's off to Chelsea for good money. He's helped out Leipzig a lot. And the way he's improved as a player, I think he's going to get 1 goal, 1 assist in this game. And I think Leipzig are going to win 2-0, which means I saw Schalke get promoted to the Bundesliga. And I think we're going to see Schalke get relegated, confirmed 17th, if they do stay there, which I think will happen. And on the same day, we could see Dortmund win the league, which would be very, very depressing time for Schalke fans. They will not be over the moon. And look, losing 6-0 to Bayern, then they couldn't beat Frankfurt. It's kind of in their own hands. They should have sneaked more points. One point in 2 important games. It's unfortunate. And finally, Stuttgart, Hoffenheim. You're probably thinking, why am I predicting this? It's 15th against 13th. Now, Stuttgart, with a result here, confirm survival. They just confirm it. And I think they're going to get it. They showed real intent in that 4-1 win away at Mainz. I really like the way Stuttgart are playing. It's full throttle. It's risky. But the players have accepted now that they're in a relegation battle. And they've thrived under the pressure. And Hoffenheim have only won 1 away game in 5. So I can't really see them improving. And a draw would be enough if Bochum and Schalke fail to win, which is what I've predicted. And I'm not even going to give them a draw. I'm going to give them a win. I think Stuttgart are going to win. There'll be a big pitch invasion as they confirm survival on the final day. Hoffenheim are 13th in the table, but I don't see him and Kramaric getting a... He's got 100 Bundesliga goals, but I don't see him scoring. Maybe 1, but Stuttgart with 2 goals, which means Stuttgart survive, Schalke are down, and they're relegated with Bochum confirmed. That's the 2 teams. And I think Dortmund win the Bundesliga. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. The Bundesliga has everything up for grabs. It's going to be very exciting. I'll be watching. Will you? See you tomorrow. Bye.